Hey y'all, and welcome back to my third video. If you don't already know, I'm Courtney. Today our video is going to be a DIY mood board, and to be completely honest, I'm not sure if I'm doing this right because I've only seen a few videos of mood boards and everybody seems to be doing them differently. So what I'll be doing is actually just finding pictures and quotes and different things that inspire me and make me want the next month to be similar to. And so I apologize if this isn't what a mood board is supposed to be. I can't actually find the correct way of making it, but because I've never done this, but I felt that it was a good idea because the new year's about to start and getting this last month out would be great. So what you need for this, or at least what I'll be using for this, is I'm going to be using a collared printer, but you don't have to if you would like to do it black and white. Scissors, some way of getting it to hang up on the wall, and then also Pinterest or another image site. I just find Pinterest is the easiest. But thank you so much for watching, and if you like the video, please like and subscribe. And if you don't already, you should follow me on Instagram and Twitter. My name on there is the same as what it is on here. So thank you, and let's get to the video. We're gonna start with Pinterest, and I'm just looking up motivational quotes for working out because that is a goal for the month of December. And while I'm scrolling through this, I'm just going to go ahead and give a little disclaimer. By the end of me searching, I did this for hours, and I ended up deciding to not use almost any of these that I chose that I recorded. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to find one that you like, and then you're going to screenshot it and just continue to scroll through them until you find all of them that you want to use and that you feel is perfect. I also looked up just regular motivational quotes because I didn't want just quotes about working out. I wanted quotes that also helped me just motivate my day-to-day life because I do have anxiety and I do have depression and stuff like that. So I just went through and found which ones I thought worked best. Something else I did was I chose a color that I wanted my board or wall to be full of, and I just used the word aesthetic afterward, and then Pinterest pulled up all the colors or all the pictures that had that color in it. And that was the way that I chose. Like I said, I ended up not using most of the pictures that I'm currently looking at or choosing in this clip. I ended up choosing red and green because December has Christmas, and Christmas is such a huge part of the month. I figured instead of having pinks and blues, I would have reds and greens, and I would use the pinks and the blues in another board that I do. So whenever I looked up those, I decided to just look up green and red aesthetics or Christmas aesthetic. That's how I found the ones that you'll see later in the video. What I'm doing here is just choosing what photo that I want, and if it's not the color that I wanted it to be, like how I want it to be reds and greens, I went on this app called Photo Grid, and then I just changed the color that they were. I normally changed it to black and white because it was pretty difficult to get it to change actual colors, but yeah. And this is in no way sponsored by Photo Grid. They don't know who I am. This is just a app that I use normally and I've had on my phone for forever. But I also realized that you could also just go into the settings of a phone on your phone and change the color there, like I'm doing in this one. It's actually way easier than going into an app. And here I'm just showing you how to print it, but then I realized that there was a mess on top of the printer, so then I decided to try to be funny and pick it up and carry it over to the table and just throw it down where I didn't touch for a long time. but now you just want to select all of your photos and move them over to a Word document and try to get them to fit on as little as piece of papers as you want, or whatever sizes of the pictures you want, and then printing it out. Also, if you're wondering why I just have random colors that I printed out, I wanted to print out little solid color sheets of squares that I could use as little backgrounds to some of the pictures. Now, this part is one of the most time-consuming parts of the entire project. Even though I spent hours looking for the pictures, I felt that one was super relaxed and I loved laying in my bed doing it. This one was more tiring and boring to do because you're just cutting out the pictures. And so what I did was I turned on my favorite TV show, or the show that I'm currently watching, and watched it while I cut them out because it helped the time go by faster. Printing out over 30 pictures, including the solid color black background colors, so it took a long time. Okay, so now that it's time to put them on the wall, I'm gonna move this tree. I'm gonna be putting my mood board, or picture collage basically, right where this picture is. It was actually very difficult to be able to get the camera to face right here, and so I actually have a table, and on top of that table is another table, and then has a stack of 14 books, and then cameras on top. So it's a little weird, but it's okay. So I'll be putting my pictures up on the wall with just regular tape because I don't care about pulling the paint off. My landlords don't care either, and I also don't have anything else at the current moment. So I'm just going to be putting it up with tape, but you could use the command strips, you could use tacks if you want, you could use double-sided tape or the blue putty stuff that you can get at Walmart, and it'll all hang it up on the wall and it'll be perfectly fine. I'm just going to use tape because it's the simplest thing for me to use at this moment. Okay, so now you just hang them up on the wall however you want. I actually want this picture to be my centerpiece. I don't know if you'll be able to read it. It says, "Today I will not stress over things I can't control, because I need to live by that." I want everything to work around this one picture. So that's why I started with it. As you see during this part, all I did was dance and put them up, so just have fun with it. By the way, I know I am a terrible dancer, so bear with me. Okay, I am so happy with how this turned out. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Like, I don't know other words to describe this as other than perfect. Like, yes, it's like uneven in certain spots, like where it should be, but like, I never do anything perfect, and I never do anything the correct way. So like, this describes me so much. And this describes the mood that I want for the whole December. And now, I'm gonna quickly go through each one of them. No, I'm not going to. because me describing each one of them and why I chose each one of them took up 15 minutes itself, and I think that is unimportant to the video. So if I decide later to upload that part, I will, but I probably won't. So this not so bored, not all the way mood collage, it is going to help me through the month of December. It's going to remind me it's Christmas, let's be cheer and all things happy because it's the holidays. Classes are about to be over. Like, hey y'all, I'll be getting presents at the end of the month. But then it also reminds me my key points of working on my anxiety, working on my self-image, and remembering to breathe. Well, okay, that's all that I have for today. Creating this mood board was so amazing. I loved it. It made me happy. I was able to listen to music while I was putting it up. I watched Netflix and Hulu while I was cutting the pictures out and while I was waiting for them to print. And I spent hours going through pictures on Pinterest. I got some wine out and I just relaxed. It was a very calming and great video to make. So thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.